Right. So it is Wednesday, the 15th of October 2025. Temperature is 14 degrees Celsius, with 87% humidity, 13 kilometers an hour wind, 13% precipitation. Okay. Keeps telling me like, oh, tomorrow it's probably gonna rain, and then when it's the day, it changes, and then it's not gonna rain. So I guess it just looks like it's mostly going to be clouded. With a couple of moments of sun shining through, and that seems to be kind of the trend of the weather this month. Right. So yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. Had a pretty good rest. Yeah, yesterday was a disaster. An unexpected disaster, because when I started it, I didn't feel like it was gonna be bad or anything, but yeah. It just escalated, my mood escalated, and it just turned to shit. So let's hope that doesn't happen today. If I see any signs of it, I'm gonna round out very quick. Because, I mean, why would I just keep going? On some kind of off chance that my mood might turn around once it goes sour. So we'll see what happens. What the hell? That makes you fear the most is what you are destined to do. That's... I don't know. That is absolute nonsense, Doctor. Thanks for that. It's not true. It's just not true. I don't fear the most to get a job, yet that is what I'm destined to do. And the things that I fear the most, I'm not even gonna say any of it. That's definitely what I'm not gonna be destined to do. So, hi. Not a great start for you in the chat. Alright, anyway. I was watching an old video downloaded from 2011. It's in my video database. It's a music video from Destiny Lab. But I mean, yeah, I'm really glad I downloaded that. It's like a longer video. Because it's not out there, and I actually tried to share it, and then it was too big for Discord. So I just thought, okay, I'm gonna find like the original. And I couldn't find it. But yeah, it was really intense. Made a huge impact at me at the time. On me at the time. Because it kind of like addresses bigger spiritual cosmology and Christianity, suggesting that pretty much, yeah, it was like kind of like spiritually xenophobic, but I mean it does have a point. So it mostly addresses like sorcery, hallucinogenics, but then like it automatically ascribes like any form of interaction with it as evil, which like it takes it a bit too far, but I mean it did make a really good point, and that is that there's entities on the other side that you get in contact with, and if you think they are God, or if they will tell you things, and this is what I experienced even in my Dark World visions, which is basically one of those processes. Hello Viscosity, good morning. There's entities there, and if you just are like in one of them and you're gonna listen to what they tell you to do, you're gonna get screwed. But I mean, it's actually quite simple how to deal with it. And even when I was confronted with it, I wasn't yet really like a Christian, I could still feel it. And so I'm just very happy that as I went through the visions, which is a very long process and gruesome at points, like I definitely did not align myself to any of those entities. Some of them were like even overtly like Marxist and shit. They would just be like, oh, there's no gender and shit. And even then I was like, what? Really? That's the revolutionary thing you're gonna tell me? It sounded just as stupid coming from the entities as it does when you hear some SJW or some socialist teacher telling you. It's just stupid sounding. It's just, I guess I just had the instinct to just know, like, this is bullshit. I'm not gonna fall for this trick. It's like the devil in disguise. And really, that's what that music video is all about. And I mean, that's probably a good reason why it made such an impact, because in 2011, the Dark World visions were still kind of locked in the background, and I was still just trying to figure out what the hell happened actually. And so it just like, it emboldened me that like, basically going through it I did the right thing in my own way, even though there were still dwellings that since then I've just completely relinquished, let it go, let it fall off as like youthly ideology thinking mistakes that I'm very embarrassed about, and I've talked about that on my show, like the thoughts that I had about the world and how things work. And one of the suggestions that I did fall for back then, still from the entities, was the idea of a controlled opposition, that like the world needs an opponent or there will be chaos kind of thing, which I think might be like a, you know, where that exactly comes, if that's like a Mason or Luciferian type philosophy about it. Jewish, I don't know, probably not Torah Jewish anyway. It's probably, I mostly thought that it's like, that's actually like sort of what the Freemasons do. It's like we have to roll out dark plans and dark suggestions to seduce the people, because if they don't, then people will be seduced by entities all by themselves, and there will be no control over it, no oversight. Well, if you roll something out, then you can plan everything, and if people fall for it, then you can basically accommodate and control those that have been seduced by evil. Right. And even though at first I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And like, I really want to help out, so if I need to be like the evil, then I'll do it. Like, from a noble approach, I wanted to just like be whatever was necessary. But I mean, first even trying to like get into that direction, like I immediately started noticing like, no, there's something really wrong about this. Like I started to, I guess, realize the value of my own spirit and the connection with God that would tell me what is right and what is wrong, which is one of the things that was basically being asked to be relinquished. And that is kind of idiotic too, because even philosophically, right, it's like, oh, we have to keep control, so we're going to unroll some evil and control it to keep things stable. But I mean, anybody that rolls into it, one of the first things that they do is basically cut the spiritual roots, which tell you what is good and evil. So even though the approach might be philosophically sound and noble, actually going there undoes the whole thing, and it actually just makes things pile on to the side of evil even more. Because like the knowing what is what, the knowing what is good and what is evil through instinct, and then going against your instincts because somebody's telling you no, it's the opposite, like that is like the very freaking core. That is like that is the seduction. It is the reversing of the world inside. Right? The reversed world is inside. You allow yourself to reverse through your ego, through your mental views, through thinking that you can determine what is what, or that you've been tricked somehow, even though it is all instinctual. It's not a mental trick, it's just you feel it. You feel it because you're born with it. That's not a trick. You're not born tricked. You become tricked dealing with the world. But you're not born tricked. So yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it, watching that video again. Yeah, I had a lot to ponder on. Hope it's interesting. Okay. Rumble is not showing me the viewers, and it's not showing me the runtime. Whatever, I've been going for 50 minutes. But one thing also in the video that was very interesting was what it basically also pointed at was the cosmological entanglement of the idea of outer space and aliens coming from outer space, and the aliens trying to communicate with us, telling us that we need to evolve. Evolution, aliens, and outer space. And that these entities actually come from outer space, but not the outer space cosmology of heliocentrism, but the abyss. The void, the eternal void of nothing. The place to which those entities that do not align with the designer of this realm have been banished to, but are capable to still spiritually make contact with the spirits of the living as the condition of this world. It's like cannot be avoided. Freedom of choice. They can't force themselves, but they can be sought out and chosen. But it's a fascinating view to realize, like, aliens from outer space, they're actually extra-dimensional entities. They're not from another planet. No, they're from the abyss, from space. Because the abyss is like an eternal void. That is the abyss. That's like what the abyss is. It's the nothing, the total void, outside of physical reality, or what is potentially outside of creation itself. The nothing, not a volume for things to physically be able to move in, but a nothing where there's no energy, there's no matter, there is nothing. There's only bewildered things. And this then also related to like Lovecraft, because there's something really weird about H.P. Lovecraft and Cthulhu and all that. There's something about it, like that they are like entities of chaos that, in a way, like even in the lore of Lovecraft, precede the god of this world that created it, and the god of this world basically is holding them off. It's a slightly different approach of like, no, God is literally all powerful and everywhere, and it's rebelling angels, right? But I mean, the rebelling angels with Lucifer and all that may still be like sort of an in-between part. It, like they may have been tempered with, seduced by the ancient evils from the abyss. So in a way, you could supplement the spiritual cosmology and put H.P. Lovecraft as another surrounding layer to the Christian cosmology. And it's fascinating and a bit scary. Right, and then there is the weird relation to my Dark World visions, in which there was that place. There were like, I was at one point, at the moment where I was the strongest and like sort of like rolling out my plan, which was strange. It was a strange plan. It's a plan that I can't really explain because it was all extremely intuitive. So there's just no explanation. It's just like doing something, creating movement to basically progress entropy and change. And there was a door. It was very comparable to, in a spiritual sense, not a physical sense, or like in the Matrix, the hall of doors. Remember that? There's like, in search of the Keymaster, they go there, and it's like there's this hall and it has doors and it leads to everywhere. It was very much like that, except the doors led to their own spiritual dimensions. And there were like specific cosmologies which were like weird. Like there was a freaky spiritual Nazi cosmology, or at least that's what I associated with it. It's not like calling it Nazi is like overgeneralizing. It's something about things that they believed in, and Yggdrasil. And then there was like that was like the one that I really remember. But there were other cosmologies too, that when thinking back to it, I like remember the style, but I don't really remember much of it. I think there's like a Hindu cosmology too, spiritual dimension to which there was a door. And what I did is like I pretty much opened all the doors, but there was one door that I also opened because I was in a way spiritually ambitious, not for my own gain, but like this weird existential overview that I had, and I opened that door, and it actually led in a way to the abyss. It's like I thought at the time I had to involve them in the process. Very foolish in retrospect, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't even know if any of it was real, if it's all just symbolic. But it was part of the visions. When I opened that door, I did it because I thought it exists. So it exists for a purpose. And if I involve them, if I allow them in, not into me, but like into the world or something, then it will force all the other spiritual cosmologies to basically come together and stop trying to destroy one another. I guess maybe that in that sense, it was kind of like the controlled opposition idea was very Freemason originated, where I was like, if I just invite the ultimate evil in, it like an alien invasion bringing all the governments together in unity. I thought that by doing that, it would force everybody to band together to try to overcome the evil. But I had like a lot of protest against it after I did that. And it felt like I made a mistake. Because the evil of the abyss, like it cannot be a balance. It cannot be part of a balance. It's like a growing void that it only takes away. It cannot be like a yin and yang type balance with whatever else is there. It's just too destructive. But I guess I underestimated that when that happened, right? So, yeah. Mistakes were made. I don't know if any of it had any real world consequences. Maybe it was just symbolic of what was happening, that I somehow, through the experience, experienced it like I was the one doing it. It is like very egocentric, the experience. And that was like a big part of the entire experience, because I mean, I've seen like terrible things, like including like disgusting things like child torture, and it's just so fucked up. And it was all just like attributed to like I'm the one doing that, like I'm the cause of it. And it's just, oh my god. And like I couldn't disprove it when I was going through it. It's just like, no, you're the one responsible. And I did not have any rebuttal to it. It's torturous. Yeah, I mean, when you're like dealing with incredible evil that's like way over my head, and it's like everybody there in the experience is just like, this is your doing. This is your fault. Like everything that happened in the vision was basically pinned on me. And I couldn't rebut it. I couldn't argue like, no, that's not me. It's really fucked up. It's very spiritually torturous. I mean, but yeah, I've shared that about the Dark World visions. It was an incredibly burdensome, spiritually torturous experience. Not all parts of it, but those parts were definitely there, and they basically just nullified the more subtle, interesting, good experiences that I do still have memories of. But it's just like the darkness just like really overwhelmed it all. It was like going through hell. I mean, to witness darkness of that level, that is so outside of my personal cohesion, my personal spiritual cohesion, and then have the entire universe in that experience just automatically pin it on me as an entity is just like, you guys cannot imagine what that's like. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that was part of the challenge. Maybe one of my greatest fears at the time, we're talking about when I'm 17, was being falsely accused of things. It was something that I was really having a brutally tough time with in physical reality. When people would just like accuse me of things that I didn't do, and it would like really get to me. So maybe in the Dark World visions, that was like one of the major challenge, and I basically got confronted with all of the evil in the imaginable, and have it be pinned on me. Well, I lived through it, and I have to say, after that point, I did not really get bothered by false accusations as much as I did before that. So in that sense, if that was the challenge, I did overcome it as best as one could overcome such a challenge. But my God, was it gruesome. Gruesome and incredibly fascinating as well. Because, I mean, I got to see things that in the real world experience, the time linear experience, like I've never seen anything like that, and I probably never will. But man, it certainly did open me up to the possibility that it does actually exist. And it did confront me that I have the natural tendency as a being to, whenever something happens, I think it's like a manly spiritual effect where I have this thing where I'm like, I'm taking responsibility for this. I take responsibility for things happening, even when I'm not the one doing it. Then it's been very tough. I still have this a bit, but I am more capable of compartmentalizing the effect. Realizing like, yes, in a way I'm responsible, but I'm not the one doing it, though. But once you learn of its existence, you have to, like, in a way, account for it. It's very intense. Okay, let's see. What the hell is Deptus? What is this link? Oh. Mountains at a vast distance. Okay. Cool. Yes. Alright, yeah, another black swan observation. Thanks for sharing that. Ah, my view and runtime counter is back. Alright, I'm gonna try to translate what I've just all been talking about into a title. It's gonna be a challenge. Yeah. Ah. It's just every time I think back, it's pretty amazing, like what I got myself into back then, and also like in a way, I had like a massive spiritual vanity about me, where I'm like I am like a really greater being, and I'm here to balance things out. When now that I'm older, I realize, yeah, I have some capabilities, but my God, like, did I sure frickin' overestimate myself? I mean, all that I really had to do is just worry about myself and realize that and even if I'm not, if I failed, I'm still gonna do it, and I don't know. At least I understand it now. I understand spiritual mental failures. And in a way, a Luciferian type corruption that I had with the power, the spiritual power that I had. I had a lot of power, but I wasn't really, I didn't have the wisdom that is required. Wisdom and things like patience to really deal with it. And thus, I got seduced metaphysically by Lucifer with that power, with the oversight, with being confronted with all these things and thinking that I could still get a grasp on it. When I realize now that I can't. And as the Christians say, you just have to leave it to God. It's just, I was just drunk on energy. I experienced like a lot of incredible things and energy when I was younger, and also like pain, but also like that energy, and it just made me spiritually megalomaniacal. And it did convince me like I was better than everybody else, more than everybody else. And I'm really not. At best, I have a slightly higher specific skill range in a very specific region compared to the average other person. But I mean, those average other people have a higher skill range in other departments than I have. Because I am balanced out by very tangible flaws that I've come to face throughout my life, and it's very real, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't undo it. I can't overcome those flaws. I just have to learn to live with it, and I have to find my way through my life's path and the world with those flaws and those talents, and just choose the directions where I can apply my talents and avoid my flaws. Because those flaws will not be better. They will not grow better. They will be slightly less catastrophic, maybe, at best. I can protect the flaws a bit. Learn to protect them, but I can't undo them and become way better. It's just not there. The potential isn't there. The energy balance is not there, because that energy is all directed. It's already entangled with my slightly higher skill range. That's where the energy is moved. And as long as it's there, and it will be there until the end of my life, it's not going to balance out my flawed sides. It just won't. It's not gonna happen. Did you generally feel like I was the smartest guy in the room? Yeah. And not a little bit. And I mean, back then I was. Now I'm not. I mean, in ways, maybe. But it's very freaking niche, man. Like, yeah, I'm really smart in very fucking niche ways. And it's like, what the fuck is the point of that? What the fuck is the point of a niche intelligence when you have egregious flaws in intelligence in other directions? Yeah, if you just stare blind on the talent sides and think that that is all of it, that's delusion. You just delusionally assume you're better than everybody else. I wasn't. And I'm not. And now I know that I'm not better. And also, like, I will never look at like a stupid or deluded person and think that I am better. I won't do it anymore. I just know, like, nope. They're just in the middle of a challenge. You have to overcome this thing, and I'm not better than them. I mean, they still might irritate the hell out of me with their flaws and their delusions. It's despicable to me that they are that deluded, and that I can point it out and that they still won't see it. Can be very personally irritated. My ego definitely dislikes it. But it does not make me better as a being. It just doesn't. But yeah, when I was really young, my intelligence was like noticeably earlier, more well developed. But as I'm growing older, other people are developing in their own pace, and a lot of them actually have outgrown me and are more intelligent than I am now after all these years. Yeah, I started out really smart, but I didn't like keep growing, keep peaking higher and higher. That didn't happen. It's just my intelligence apparently matured at a very young age in a way, but then after that it didn't keep growing. And I do not feel smart at all now. I feel kind of fucking stupid in a lot of ways. Retarded almost. Incapable. And I mean, I still can do things. I'm still very dynamic, but yeah, no, it has nothing to do with the frickin' job rejection. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. Yeah, my personal spiritual retrospecting right now has nothing to do with the freaking job application from yesterday. Because I was already prepared for that. I was already prepared to basically not get the job. It wasn't about that for me. It was about sticking to it. Just doing it, not cowering out. That was what yesterday was about for me, and I succeeded at that. And I'm content with it. It's okay. And the more I think about it, that job would probably have been would have been a serious health burden on me. It would have worn me down very quickly. So I shouldn't. I mean, the recruiter, said, nope, you do not abide by the standards, the health standards, for a good reason. Because I'm just physically not in the capability range of being able to keep doing that job without it wearing me out. Right? So I'm definitely not blaming the guy for doing his job and just pointing it out and rejecting me. It's no, I guess you're right. I was just surprised. I was just, what? I thought I was able to do that. And just, I guess I wasn't. Yeah, I'm not accusing them, and I'm not accusing anybody in that company. I don't have any sense of need of revenge or anything. It's I'm just disappointed in my own design, I guess. That's it. But, I mean, there's no reason to dwell on that. And to just say, oh, there's nothing. No, I'm not going to get depressed over it. It's just I have to look into a different direction. And as I already said yesterday, I have never applied to that kind of job in the past. Because I kind of knew that it probably wasn't suited for me. But now I did it and experienced that basically my assumptions in the past were correct. Yeah, I was right back then. I am not suitable for this kind of job. That's why I never tried. Now I tried. And now I know that I was right about that. Even 20 years ago. So, yeah. You can keep your projections to yourself. Alright? Troll dipshits. Banned immediately. Right, but yeah, Seeking Starwater, good to see you. And yeah, in a way you were right. There's no failure, there's only winning and learning. But I mean, there's no learning without failure, though. So learning and failure are basically interchangeable. It's just, if you only look at the failure, if you only look in the moment in time, then you don't learn, you don't progress from it. The point of failure is to learn. And when you realize that, then failure is really not bad. It's your ego can make failure bad by only focusing on the moment of failure itself. Yeah, fuck you, dipshit. You're not allowed in my chat, so go fuck yourself. Yeah? You keep your projecting shit to yourself, scum. Scum roaming around every fucking day just to try to get in my way? Yeah? You think that anybody out there believes that you guys have an actual job? When you have the time to waste trolling me with this shit. Yeah? Go fuck yourself. Nobody buys it. I don't buy it. Watchers don't buy it. You just suck. Get out of here. Stay out of here. When you go get a fucking job, retard. Yeah? Get a job so you don't have time to waste with trolling live chats on the internet. Okay, dipshit? It's not fatal. No, it is not fatal. Yeah, I'm very glad I decided to do this show today, because this has been very interesting to me. I think to people that actually care about my show and me as a person, I think that they will appreciate or are appreciating it. Well, the trolls out there are just reminded, like, yeah, you don't have any content, you don't have any purpose, you're just wasting everybody's time, you're lying about everything, absolutely everything, about yourself, about what you do, about the people you deal with, and you're not gonna learn anything because you can't stop lying to yourself. So just get over yourself, get a life, try, and stop trying to vent your bullshit onto other people. Right. Alright, if you're liking the show, don't forget to Rogan's it up. Think I deserve a couple. I got frickin' 5 Rogans up yesterday, I guess because of all the anguish and the frustration, and oh my god, these sick, possessed demon scum, they just love it so much they have to Rogan that up. I'd appreciate it to actually get some Rogans up when I'm talking about good, useful things. Actual learning, actual reason and wisdom. I'd appreciate to get some Rogans up for that. From people that still have a soul. Right. Yeah, if you can, support me. Still need it. Still need it a lot. Right. Yeah, it's kind of empty out there. Yesterday it was like tons of people everywhere bickering in Discord. Today, I guess it's kind of calmed down and a lot of people are not super active out there anymore. Sure, they'll be back another day. But yeah, yesterday overall was like a giant bickering day with everybody. It's not just me. It was not just me being irritated. It was everywhere. I think that in the bigger picture, I was actually doing pretty well. Despite the crankiness. Yeah, and the video, I actually kind of just want to watch the video and share it with you guys. But yeah, Not entirely sure if I should. Might really be distracting. And I don't know, like, these guys might like be really copyright striking. Although, I mean, there is no original video online of it anymore. But it could be because it was like an edit by somebody else and that their channel got taken down. On YouTube, by the way. I don't know how Rumble's gonna respond to it, but I mean, the group is still out there. Destiny Lab. They're still making videos. They're using AI stuff now for their visuals. And they keep going. They have not really changed their themes at all. Rather updated it. I mean, since then, of course, like the whole COVID stuff has happened, so they've assimilated that. And AI madness. So they've also involved that in their songs. It was not all there yet that much. 2011, so it was still just more referencing, I guess, like alternative thinkers. I mean, they have like a lot of criticism about like David Icke and Jordan Maxwell, because they are like really hyper Christian, and like anybody that basically says he didn't exist in any way, they're like, this is a seduction from the devil. But I mean, I do not feel like I fall into that category. I just think that the devil literally infiltrated the church for a very long time. Potentially since its conception. So it was already there. The story is already distorted. So I wonder if Destiny Lab would recognize that. I don't know if they care. Probably not. It's also not really my scene. It's because it's like rap music. It's like white rap. It's pretty cool. I like it better than freaking gangster bullshit rap. So, but I mean, it's still not my thing. It would be more like down the lane of my nephews would be into it, I think. Anyway, I feel a lot better. I'm glad I was able to share this with you guys. I hope you appreciate it. Don't forget to Rogans it up if you do. And yeah, I mean, if you're a troll, I'm going to ban you and ignore you, and like I'm not gonna get pissed off like I was yesterday. Yeah, so just stop. There's no point. Get a life. Stop nagging me. Not just me, stop nagging universally. Just stop. Stop being a burden on the world, because you are the burden on the world. Yeah? More than I am. Yeah? I might not be financially independent, but at least I do not make it my personal task to bog people down and nag them and get in their face against their will. Yeah, that's the real burden. You suck. I don't suck. I don't get in anybody's way. I'm just available. I don't force myself onto anybody like you guys. You are the ones that suck and I don't. So why don't you just man up and actually attempt to be a better person for a change? Okay, let's take a look what's going on out there. Yeah, nothing really noteworthy. What's this? Wow. Google Google and Apple are gonna enforce age verification in Texas in 2026. Wow, that's gonna be messy. What is this? Hope everybody out there is having a great day. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. Right. Do you feel like physical labor is healthy or unhealthy? That depends on what the physical labor is. I mean, but yeah, I mean, technically it's healthy if it's not overly strenuous, if it doesn't exceed basically your physical capabilities, right? But I mean, it really, like, whether it's healthy or not is really dependent on how you're experiencing it, how you're going to be feeling when you do it. If you're like super demotivated or depressed or something, like, then it's going to like wear on you, and that will get worse. But if you are liking it, yeah, then it's definitely healthy, because you're doing something you like, and then it like creates endorphins, and it just keeps you going. So I'd say healthy. But I mean, yeah, the conditions are very important to that, doctor. Right? If you're in an unhealthy environment with the physical labor, then it's not going to be good. Right? But I mean, you can tell by how, yeah, different types of jobs lead to different types of issues. So somebody could be like doing certain physical labor that's suited for them for a very long time, and they have no problem, and they'll be like, yeah, I'll do this another 10 years, no problem. Somebody that's doing a job that's really not physical labor at all, like administrative behind a computer all the time, those people usually eventually end up with problems where they're like really sick of it, even though they liked it at the start. And people that do more physical labor oriented jobs, they typically don't get those issues unless their health declines because they're not eating well enough or whatever, and then they get physical problems that get in the way, and then that becomes the problem. As long as they take care of themselves, it won't become a problem, and they will keep liking it. Well, non-physical labor may become more mentally burdensome over time. You'll get sick of it. You'll get depressed doing it. Because boredom and potential depression, like, it is staved off with physical activity a lot. And I mean, that's why a lot of people that have like administrative jobs and all that, they eventually start to like do jogging and shit in the mornings or that kind of thing before they go to work, because like they need that to balance it out. Healthier, dude. What the? Why are you asking me this, doctor? Why? Why are you asking me this? Night shift, day shift, healthier? That, dude, it all depends on the individual. Yeah, some people love doing it at night. Other people, they can't. They just really don't. Yeah, I mean, your other question was actually a good one, and that's why I spent some time answering. This is like, why? Night shift or day shift? What? Because earlier you said you get sick when you wake up early. Yeah, that's been my experience a lot. Although I did not have that experience yesterday, which was kind of surprising to me. Yeah, so, but I don't know. Maybe I don't need your help to figure that out for me, doctor. Yeah? I don't need your help to figure out what's healthy for me. I'll figure that out. Yeah? All right? Yeah, if you want general questions answered, I'll do that. Yeah? I don't need your guidance in my process of finding a job. Okay? Thanks. Right. Anyway, it's been a good show so far. Don't forget to Rogans it up. I'd really appreciate if somebody actually fucking Rogans the goddamn show up. Unlike fucking yesterday, where it was shit. Yesterday's show was pretty shit. Why did I fucking get 5 Rogans up and now I got 0? This is just an overt insult. This is overtly insulting to me, guys. You're sitting in this chat, you're talking to me, and you're not Rogansing it up? Why? Why are you doing this to me? I'm considering banning every fucking individual in this chat. Yeah? Give it a Rogans up, or I'm kicking you the fuck out! You got 10 minutes. Rogan it up? Thanks. I appreciate that. Good. See 2? That's good. Thank you. You're gonna get banned for not liking the show? Yeah! Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're talking to me like you're some self-appointed job trainer or whatever. and not Rogans me up? Yeah, that sits very badly with me, then, Doctor. Yeah? I mean, be glad I'm just letting you be there, even though you've literally never supported me. Ever. Yeah? Least you could do is Rogan's it up. Hmm. Nice. Anyhow. Right. Anybody wants to come in Discord? If they happen to get up early, would be nice to have somebody on again and talk. Because I mean, yeah, the subject for today is I pretty much got through that. No point in rehashing it. I don't give a fuck, Doctor. I don't fucking care. Yeah, and your participation of being a freaking job trainer for me, yeah, that's not participation, yeah? That's not something that I appreciate. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break and I'll be right back. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking the show. Doctor. And we'll see if we're gonna continue the show after this. Be right back. And I'm back. Not seeing a Rogan's up, Doctor. Are you gonna do it? I'm gonna kick you out. Okay, well, bye then. Bye! Asshole! Right, so, thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I can really use it. Please support your local Arwin. I really need it. At least until I get a job, which I am working on. Alright, until that time, I will be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2431 on a Thursday. Hope to see you all then, except Doctor. You can go fuck himself with this stupid meddling. Not even having the common decency to Rogan up the show. No, he likes to hang around here all the time. Right? So everybody have a great rest of this Wednesday. And until the next video, keep it flat.